It's a beautiful, good, mythical morning. We're mythicalizing it in the morning, learning about random shit that you could do, but you probably never will. Let's do some things to get our serotonin levels back, shall we, fellas?
Yo, we here. This is the welcome to the Kiefer and Nye show.
The random calf.
This is just us two. We've been waiting on Tyler for a little while.
What's a bull without the horns? The random cow?
Yeah. Yeah, no more horns. That's funny. Fucking
the random
shit.
udders.
Well, since it's just us, what do you want to talk about?
Shit, man. We could talk about real quick.
We talk about some real black stuff.
Some black stuff. All right, so yeah, 21 Savage album. It's been out for it's been 2 weeks now.
Yo, yeah, it's been about. Actually, no, I want to say
it's only been 1 week.
But I would say like a week and a half.
Yeah,
or maybe two.
Really good fucking album. Album of the year. I know one of the babies, y'all niggas got 2020. I probably got 2019, and they just nominating y'all for 2019 this year. But yeah, he's got 2021 at least. Then.
Yeah, because when you put music out in the last quarter,
right,
it counts towards the following year, the beginning of the following year and shit.
So he's in 2021 pretty much. All right, so 2021, 21 Savage.
Yeah, that's going to be him.
That's why he did it at the end of the year, 21, and 21.
Come on, man.
Shit fire though. But my favorite track on that is that Glock in my lap shit.
Yeah, bro. That shit just goes hard. I was boxing to that one, just like boxing to the beat. That shit is just beautiful. It's just how it flows. Not even really what he's talking about, because everybody, there's some people that's probably, it's too violent.
No, there is something that takes you over with music where
it's just beautiful.
I do feel like not necessarily doing violent shit, but it increases my wish a nigga would attitude when I hear it. It's like it's dark. And it's got a booming beat to it, and he's just like getting you ready. If you were an assassin, this is what I guess it is violent, but if I was an assassin, I would put that track on while getting ready to kill some shit. Like
that's a fact.
Got my list, got my hatchet here, got my rope, got my hammer. I got that shit playing in the background.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's how I feel about that.
That'd be exactly what. Listen, I'm about to rob a bank. I'm putting on probably running, or I'm putting on sliding, like one of them two. I'm just getting hyped. Let's get it.
You're getting hyped and ready to go. We're gonna do some
door.
Shit. So
let's get it.
I want to know if 21 knows is you can't blame the artist because people gonna do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. But I wonder if he knows as well as other rappers and entertainers, when you create something that takes over your body like that, you're really making a soundtrack to some destructive shit.
Yeah,
it just depends on what you do with it, because you're boxing to it, you're doing something productive, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just fantasizing about criminal shit, but not actually putting it into fruition. But there are some motherfuckers out there that will listen to it like, yeah, I'm about to kill somebody tonight, and this is the track I'm gonna do it to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they know kinda, but like they can't let that rest on their conscience,
right?
Just because
this is just entertainment.
Yeah,
because I feel like you get to that mindset. You get to that mindset like niggas in WWF. Like you just like, this is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the picture we're painting, but don't take it too seriously. Once you take it to that level, oh shit, I done fucked up. Rule 101 of podcasting, guys. Put your shit on silent. Regular. We've been hot for a minute, but it seems that,
Yo, I have to give them a shout out. Yo, shout out Square One on J Street, bro. They make the best homemade lemonade, and then they have the lavender lemonade. That shit is so good.
Lavender lemonade.
Yeah, bro, and it's not it doesn't taste chemically. It's
chemically infused.
It's so good. It's mad, like it's just like a hint of lavender, and you taste it. It's like that wonderful lavender smell in the air. you taste that shit and it's like, it's refreshing.
Just a smidge.
It's mad good.
Hey, boys.
Oh, look who decided to join.
It looks like the horns have returned to the random cow.
Hey.
Welcome all to the Random Bull. You got me, Tyrant.
Guys are like always.
Got me, keep right.
Beautiful. How do I sound?
Sound good.
Came in, no levels.
Yeah, we're just jumping in.
Jumping in.
Tried to get your levels. I heard you when we called you and you said, hang on. I went by that pitch of your voice and I was going, hang on.
Hang on.
Your mic.
Hang on.
Well, I tried to get as close as possible so we could get the levels.
Making me sound bad. Oh, God, boys. It's been one hell of a week. Everybody that's hearing this is hearing this news super late because my life has been so hectic I couldn't focus on the Random Bull.
I honestly don't think they are because you posted it. So I feel like most of our listeners come from there. So now you're actually getting to hear full details.
The full details are coming late. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
they're gonna get this a couple weeks late. So yeah, I mean, picking up where we left off in our last episode, I was talking about getting my skull tatted. I had set the appointment.
Yep.
That was the week before my birthday weekend, and I was riding high. I was going into my fucking birthday weekend, chilling. Friday rolls around. I had work, come home, shower up, go to my grandma's. Little kind of a surprise party. I mean, most of the people there are expected to be there, my family and shit. But now I popped out. That was a surprise. Ate some cake. People had sandwiches. I didn't. My sister wound up getting me some sandwiches that she knows I don't fuck with. So she
Happy birthday.
Yeah, everyone was eating in front of me.
Starved nigga, happy birthday.
Yeah, they were like, well, we're just sick of having pizza for everything. I'm like, well, it's my birthday. You know I don't like this. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot. My sister, she put like the whole thing together, so she's apologizing to me. I forgot you don't like lettuce and you don't like tomatoes. And she forgot everything I didn't like and then put it all on one sandwich.
Happy birthday.
They were like the little sandwiches, little platter of like
hors d'oeuvre platters.
It was like a sub chopped up into like 10 pieces.
Yeah, like a sub platter.
Yeah.
So like, Italian fucking turkey, ham, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise.
I'm just like, nah, I only like the meat and the bread out of that whole.
I was just about to ask, what do you want? Buttered toast?
Nah, I don't buy sandwiches out. Like if I get cold cuts and eat sandwiches home, that's fine. It's super cheap. But I'm not paying $8 for ham and bread. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I know what I'm gonna eat. It's plain as fuck. It ain't worth it. So that's one thing I don't spend money on when I'm out is like sandwiches. Sub shops will not see me.
You're missing out, son. You're missing out.
I don't go to
on
sub
the
shops
Bellas.
all the time, but I do pop into sometimes when I'm in the mood and grab a fucking
A big brolic DeBella
yeah,
sub.
that's a fact.
That's like 2 meals.
The only sub you're gonna catch me eating is a meatball sub.
Even their meatball subs are brolic as fuck because they're.
No, I've had it.
Oh, you've had it?
Oh yeah,
All right.
I worked in Latham for a long time. Latham, New York. DeBella, shout out. So everything seemed okay. I came home, chilled out, watched some TV, had some birthday sex, passed out. It was a good night. About an hour after I fell asleep, I woke up to just like being like shaken awake. And I'm like, you guys know from the past couple episodes, I've been having night terrors and nightmares and weird shit. And you guys, I mean, I was asking you guys for your opinions. Obviously, you're not doctors or anything, but I'm just like, isn't this weird? I'm just sharing my experiences. So around 10 o'clock, it was around 10 o'clock I woke up because we went to bed early, I guess. And I woke up to being shaken awake. And it was my girlfriend convulsing. and she was having a seizure. What I did, I had no idea. I'd never seen anyone have a seizure. Never thought about seeing someone have a seizure. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, that's the furthest thing from your mind. The first thing I thought is because, as the listeners may know, I like to party. I like to dabble in drugs here or there. I thought maybe she took something without me knowing, and it was bad, or she overdosed, or she took it, went to sleep, and then had complications. Right. So I called the police department, 911. I didn't really want the police. I wanted emergency. And told them, I said, I don't know what's happening. My girlfriend is convulsing, because at that point I'd flipped the light on and I seen it. It was like,
eyes rolled back.
You've seen it?
Yeah, you remember I worked with a developmentally disabled?
Yeah.
So I had people who had seizures all the time, and we'd have to fucking like sit them up so they don't swallow their tongue or bite on their tongue, like, or
put them on their side so if they have anything in their mouth, it can come out.
Right. So
they're supposed to put a wallet in their mouth.
That's false. Actually, I've seen that on, because I was trying to do that.
Like
we'll get to that in a second, but this is fucking the night before my birthday. Everything I just mentioned. It was a chill night, and then I got woken up to that an hour into our sleep. And there was like spit coming out of her mouth a little bit. There was some blood, because I thought it was because she had a messed up tooth, because she's like waiting to see if she has to get a root canal. So like that tooth is a little sensitive, and if she brushes too hard near it, it'll bleed. Blah, 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 blah. I figured she had whatever convulsion she was having, everything tensed up, and her tooth started to bleed. So I'm like seeing blood. I'm seeing mucus. I'm seeing all types of shit, convulsions. It looked like her eyes were rolling back. It was horrifying, dude. It was completely life-changing trauma. I mean, like I told you guys, I was having nightmares. That was real life nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Like, I woke up in a nightmare. My life became a nightmare for a little bit. So it wasn't a dream this time, unfortunately. And who knows? Maybe me waking up and having those nightmares, it was like omens or some shit. I don't fucking know how this world works.
Chill the fuck out. I don't believe in that spiritual shit like that. I believe in
bro. I've been talking to God all week.
Signs and all that shit.
I've been talking to God all week, bro.
I'm not a religious guy, but I feel like there's definitely something bigger than us, because who the fuck are we?
Exactly.
Because there's 8 billion of us.
So
that's just people. We've still got other species and shit. And who are we?
Like you were saying, I'm not that spiritual. I haven't been that spiritual in a long time. But as soon as that shit happened, when you have no answers in front of you of what the hell's going on, why is it happening, how has it happened, what, you just want everything to be okay. So you reach out, and you, in your most desperate times, that's where you're going to turn to. Is something else, something bigger than humanity to come in and just show some mercy and help us out a little bit. So
the fucked up thing is, we always ask for it. Not always, but a majority of us usually ask for it when shit has hit the fan. It's like when shit is cool and stable, like your birthday was in the beginning, niggas wasn't asking for shit. So that's why I feel like the universe is like, oh, now you asking for, now you want shit. When you know what I'm saying? You got to think about.
But that's why I apologize.
19-year-old Ty, when you was wilding and scary shit happened, and then you're like, all right, let me get on my shit, and you started to elevate and shit. And we all go through, this is life. We go through ebbs and flows. So it's just as a friend, as a brother, just seeing the ups and downs. You just watching from the outside, but you got to let everybody experience their own shit, because nobody wants to be told like, yo, you're wilding the fuck out, chill the fuck out. It's your own life. And like you said, if it's not getting in the way of bills and things like that, then that's the one justification we use, is like, what's the harm? All my shit is covered. My priorities are in line. You know what I'm saying? So, but that could even cause blurred lines, because niggas could, when you could afford partying, just imagine if random bulls getting fucking bread. You got your side business outside of work, and that's getting bread. Now you really got extra time to party.
Right. And you can't invest all your time in all that.
Right. You got to just moderation.
It was a matter of us just losing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like being caught up with the invincible feeling, I guess. I don't know. But we spent 6 hours in the ER after that. Went to the emergency room. They did CAT scans. They did x-rays. They drew blood. They took her urine. They found out that she was low on potassium, was one thing, like super low on potassium. So they immediately IV'd her with an IV that had potassium in it. Mm-hmm. Gave her some pills that were potassium to take with a meal when we got home, the next day or whatever. She was like,
like
don't.
Epileptic.
Well, that's coming up. We went home. They gave us all, like the potassium meds, and they sent us on our way because they're just like, nothing's showing in the scans, and, you should be okay.
Yeah.
Just try and stay hydrated, try and take the potassium, blah, blah, blah. So we get home. We try and relax as hard as it is after a traumatic night. It was a long night. So we were tired, and we try and relax, and we fall asleep. And maybe an hour after we got home, we're sleeping, and it happened again. And I woke up to it again. And
you know what it could be too? It's what I noticed is both times she was sleeping. So I think it's when your brain slows down and goes into REM sleep. That could be something. Now, I'm no neurosurgeon, but this is just what happens to all of us before we sleep. Your heart rate drops, and then you fucking your brain goes into a different theta state or alpha state or one of them states. So there might be something going on when she's switching into a slower REM sleep state that the brain is jolting. But we know that that's a withdrawal of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's so like I was saying, hour after we're home, it happens again. And I before this shit, I was so carefree that my cell phone would constantly be on 5%. Like I didn't care about my phone that much. I was hanging out with my girl or my friends or whatever. When I was doing stuff like that, I'm not the type of person that just sits on their phone. I'm engaged and I'm joking and I'm having fun. And so I couldn't find my phone. The first time I couldn't find it because I didn't know where it was. And the second time I couldn't find it either. So both times I'm struggling to open her phone while this is happening to get an emergency call to, 911. And it was taking time and I'm panicking. And the second time I seen it happening, I'm running through the house. I'm screaming, no. You think fucking the worst. You don't know what to think. Why is this happening again? I just left the ER. I said everything's okay.
The best thing I could say is just maintain your cool, because when you panic, you're fucking gonna fluster, and it's
that's what
you gotta acknowledge that it's happening. That's only from training and working with the developmentally disabled. At first, I'd freak the fuck out, and then you just, all right, this is happening.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, and that's kind of what I was trying to do, but it was I'm not used to her phone. I'm not used to the opening of her phone. Yeah, everybody has their own key code and shit. I happen to know hers, but I was trying to it's you gotta trace the lines, and all those lines connect or whatever. And I was trying to make the shape that I know that it is, and it just was failing over and over and over again. And I'm like, where is my phone? It turns out my phone was underneath my car seat, and my wallet was underneath my car seat.
Oh, shit.
We came home from that experience. Both them shits fell somehow out of my pockets or whatever and fell under my seat.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Yeah, so I'm flipping out, man. I'm I can't even find this shit. So I call the EMTs. They show back up. I said, this just happened. We were in the hospital for 6 hours, but earlier this night, I recognized the one guy. He was at my house the first time. I'm you were here before, right? Same thing happened. She was diagnosed with seizures. And she also, she had a concussion a couple weeks prior, so they were really trying to figure out if that had something to do with it too. Because she fell when we were fucked up, drinking. To be completely transparent with the audience, we were drinking and taking Xanax. kind of a lot. Not the drinking kind of a lot, but the Xanax was a lot, and then the drinking would happen on the weekend.
But when you mix the two, that cocktail is fucking insane because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And I mean, this is what's waking us up, you know? And Nigel was there the second time it happened. He called me to wish me happy birthday.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, he called me to wish me happy birthday. And I'm like, dude, I'm at the hospital again. Like, I was here earlier and I'm here again, and this is what's happening. I gave him the whole rundown, and he pulled up on me in the ER parking garage, whatever. Mm. So he pulled up on me because I'm crying. I'm a drooling, snotting mess, just a complete wreck. And I couldn't get into the hospital for the second time because I stayed here. I sent Rebecca and the paramedic, and I stayed here to pack a bag and shit because I'm like, I don't know if she's going. I figured she was going straight to inpatient. Yeah. I don't know why, but that was where my mind went. And I'm like, I got to get her shower stuff. I got to get her a comfy change of clothes. I got to get a stuffed animal. I got to get hair ties. I got to bring like bits of home to her to make her comfortable, because I thought she was going to be there all day or a couple days just to monitor or what. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I show up like an hour after she gets there, hour and a half after she gets there with the bag packed. The dog had been let out. Like, I was just trying to cover all my bases, my home base, and then take care of Becky, and then take care of me. You know, I'm looking at the dog, me and her, and I'm like taking care of all of us. And I show up like an hour and a half later than her, and they were locking the whole hospital down. And they're just like, there's no visitors allowed. You know, in the back area, there's no visitors allowed at all. This is a secured facility right now. And they wouldn't give me any details why or what was going on. I thought it was new protocol because of COVID. And, you know, I'm like, I was just here. They're like, yes, this is happening all right now. Like, we're just getting word to block off everything. And I wasn't allowed in. So she was terrified.
Could have been an outbreak.
It was a gunshot victim. They didn't want to let people in because they were worried they would let in somebody that was trying to kill him.
Oh, they got it like that in Schenectady. It is wild, wild west out here, boy.
So,
click cloud.
It,
Do you know if you lived?
I don't even know what you mean. I know that I showed up to the hospital and I couldn't visit my girlfriend that I thought was dying. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck? Why am I not allowed in? You know, I got basically shooed out by like 5 guys with guns. And they were like kind of walking toward me, just like, nah, like, get out of here.
Hey.
Basically. So I'm trying to console her over the phone. I'm trying to tell her, like, I'm doing everything I can. I can't be there with you right now. This is really hard on me. You know, I don't know what a nervous breakdown consists of, but I feel like I had one.
Yeah.
You know, I just looked different.
Possibly.
You know, I looked different when I looked in the mirror. I was just like, who am I right now? Like, what the fuck? But, you know, back to the talk of dabbling, you know, we were taking Xanax almost every day for a couple weeks. It was like a week, 2 weeks steady where we were just taking them like 1 pill a day or something, just enough to build it up in your system. Yeah. Probably, right?
Create a physical dependency.
And I think that could have been responsible for it. I don't know. She definitely suffered a head injury, but we definitely dabbled too. And a lot of the things that she feels, I feel. You know, I haven't had any seizures, and I pray to God that I don't have to deal with that. And I hope she's okay now that she's on the medicine and everything works out for the best, and we're just on a road to recovery. Mm-hmm. But that's what, I mean, my whole week has been kind of had a black cloud over it of that shit. You know, it's just been like, you see the outfit you were wearing to the birthday party or to the hospital, and it flashes it in your brain. You see, like, I seen last night, we were watching Nightmare Before Christmas, we were watching SpongeBob, and this guy was like he was like shaking and shit a little bit, and drool was coming out, and it like triggered it. Like, I'm watching SpongeBob, and it gave me a flash to what I seen. you know, and it's like that part was trauma, you know, it was like traumatic on my fucking
On your psyche.
on my psyche for sure, bro, because I never seen nothing like that, never lived through nothing like that. In my mind, I was like, I'm watching somebody die. Like, and it's not just some random person on the internet or some shit. It's in my bedroom, in my bed.
Right.
The woman I love.
Right.
That shit killed me, bro. She's 21 years old. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the world, man? Like, she's too young for this shit. Why is this happening? And it could be the pills, which, you know, I kind of lean towards believing that. And it could have been her head injury, but I've been dealing with twitchiness. Like, I'm twitchy and shit now. My legs will twitch and spaz. My arms will. My head will.
Have you guys done the research on the side effects to the shit? Because that's right there. The information's right there. The side effects to what y'all are doing. You gotta like type in specifically what you're doing. You don't have to type in the frequency of time it was being used, but like what are the withdrawals to dabbling and also drinking with dabbling.
Yeah. I would like to look into like how to like quell some of that, you know, how to fix some of that shit. Rather than like what's going on with me, because I don't need to be scared anymore. I was talking to God and I'm like, God, you don't have to scare me no more. I'm terrified. You shook me from my slumber that I was in every day. You shook everything and spoke to me directly. And I was just like, I just built it up in my head. You can change at any second with the right motivator. At any given moment, you can change everything in your whole life with the right motivation. You know, and that goes for people that are just striving to get shit and succeed in life, or trying to graduate from high school or college, whatever. Or it could go for people that are in my boat where everything was kind of going okay. You know, bills were paid, both were working, it wasn't leaking into our work. But we thought we were awake, but we weren't. We were sleeping to the fact that what we were doing was dangerous, stupid. And those are the main two words that come to mind. Dangerous and dumb. And
Double D's.
I'm 29 now. That I had that horrific fucking birthday. It was 12 hours. Like, basically my whole entire birthday got spent in or around the ER. Didn't get to really have a 29th birthday because of it. And I don't care about that. All I care about is that she's fine, I'm fine. And all we have to do, and hopefully, I pray and I hope that all we have to do is stay healthy, stay relaxed, drink water, eat healthy foods, you know, with vegetables and sober. Minerals, and stay sober completely right now. She's on medicine that you can't even drink on. The only thing she's done at all is smoke a little bit of weed. But completely sober other than weed, both of us. No drinks, no drugs. And I don't know when we're going to feel content with ever fooling around with anything other than maybe a couple drinks.
Well, it's only been a week, so
obviously time.
You got to give it 3 weeks for it to become a habit, and then if you could stretch it past that 3-week hump, then maybe you'll feel better. Let's check in again. Today is the 11th. Let's check in again in a month on the B day. This guy.
So,
that's a Wednesday.
Sorry to hog the show.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
But that's what I had going on, and maybe the listeners can tell I'm still not over it. My voice is still shaky when I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense, bro. The fucking crazy situation that happened. Like, I don't know what I would have did.
Freak out. That's all. I mean, you're gonna freak out within reason, and then do whatever you can do to save them, which is call 911, be by their side, console them, cry with them, hug them, tell them it's going to be all right, you know, even if you don't know the outcome.
Yeah.
You just hope for the best, man. We just kept staying positive. We were waiting on the results of the CAT scan and shit. I I know I just said that like 10 minutes ago, but it's like the CAT scan came back good. No concussion. I mean, no bleeding in the brain, no fractures of anything with the x-rays and the CAT scans. She looks healthy in all those scans. So all we got to do is, like I said, just keep on this positive path. I'm going to try and thank God more often, which I have been all week, almost every day. At some point, I'm like, thank you, God, again for another peaceful day. You know, and I try not to ask for too much, but I'm just like, look over my mom, look over me and my family in general. And then I see somebody in trouble. I say, God, please help them. You know, and I pray for other people.
Yo, Tad's about to be walking around with a Bible next.
That's why
That's what it's sounding like, because I said I'm spiritual. I'm not religious.
Yeah,
but I don't go to any church, though. I just talk to God.
Bro, trust me, you're going to meet a guy soon. You're going to meet someone soon. It's going to be like, hey, why don't you come with me to church on Sunday? And you're going to be in the spot you're in right now. You're going to be like, all right, I'll go check it out.
I guess I'll take Christian Ty over ER Ty if I got to choose.
Yeah, I mean,
just don't be preaching that shit on the pod.
Well, I told you, I don't go to no church, so I don't identify as a Christian. I don't identify as a Catholic. I don't identify as nothing. I just identify as a guy talking to God.
Yo, your interaction with the Mormon guys that come to the door would be so different if you were Christian Ty.
That shit. Yeah.
You'll sit there and really chit chat with them at this point.
Well, I've chit chatted with them before, but I was trying to talk them out of their religion. I was like,
nah, you'll be trying to convert them.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, come to my religion where we just talk to God. We don't identify as anything.
We're gonna manifest them coming up soon. These niggas is gonna walk around the snow.
That's
and
funny.
you're gonna debate with them in the snow.
Maybe I'll be like, listen,
hey, you guys,
why do you gotta have to label it? Why do you guys have to label it? Just pray. Because that's my take on it. Is I'm like, I don't have to go to a building. I don't have to say I'm this or I'm that. Like, if God is all knowing and all powerful, I'm just talking with him.
And your body is the temple.
Yep.
So I just thank him a lot, and I thank him often. Whatever that force is, if it's a he, a she, it, nothing, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever is out there that's bigger than us, that's what I was throwing the messages out to, those prayers. And like I said, I try not to ask for too much. I just try and ask for everyone around me to be okay, and I try and look out for others now, because I don't want to be seen as selfish. You know, I don't want him to think that, or I take shit for granted. Like, every day that I got after this has been me trying to stay positive. Like, me and Becky almost had a couple arguments. And the first one, since we had gotten home, like, she's disagreeing with me about something very small, very silly, and we were just going back and forth, the starts of an argument. Mm-hmm. And I just stopped, and I was like, stupid people argue over stupid shit, and I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to do that anymore. I just went over, I hugged her, I kissed her, and it was over.
That's what you gotta make. You're making amends.
Yeah.
I had to shut it down on my lady myself. Like,
I've never done that, Kiefer. I don't know if I've ever stopped a fight. That's why I told Nye. I'm like, I don't know if I ever stopped a fight. I always throw gasoline on.
Because that's that instigating hood nigga. That's that dude inside you that's like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. Well, fuck you too.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
They'll be like, you know what? Fuck off and walk away. You know
no. I feed into it. I double down on anything.
Yeah.
Any hill, I would
can't do it.
I would die on any hill for any reason. Like, before this shit.
Ty, stay free, man. Do not go to jail. Mm-hmm. Do not. It's like it's a challenge of pride, because there's niggas get cut over who's a better ball player, LeBron or Michael Jordan. Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, stupid shit. Like you said, stupid people argue over stupid things. But you can debate about things, and if it turns into violence, there's something deeper in there. Like, you just feel like,
yeah,
fuck it, I'm killing you now.
Well, inside,
think about somebody.
I don't know about me in jail or whatnot, but hopefully I never have to see that. But me and my relationship,
yeah,
if it starts getting to a point where we're debating and then we're yelling, then I know it's a fight. It's turning into an argument. You know, it's not really like just a debate or a friendly debate. You know, it's like, well, you're dumb because you think that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like then it goes into like attacks and shit. So it's like I put a pause on that. And then there was one other night where we had like a little bit of a tiff and shit. And, you know, I told her, I said, I get it. You know, she was just getting over a period, not taking shots at women, but she's just getting over that. We just went through all this trauma. She's on new medicine. We could be withdrawn from medicine we should have never been taken. There's a lot of shit going on in our heads, you know? So she's arguing with me and I'm arguing back a little bit. And I'm like, I told her, I said, look, I get it, you know? It's not always going to be fucking rainbows and sunshine like I want. But we ain't doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Need a fucking heavy bag.
We've been good though. Because
hit that shit and yell. Fuck!
Maybe, but I think we got a heavy spoonful of humble. A big old glass to drink, you know, and that's the best way to put it, is I become so much more humble, so much more understanding that I'm just like a speck in the stream of life. I'm insignificant, bro. My life don't matter any more than an ant's life that I step on when I'm walking because I'm not paying attention. You know, that motherfucker had a family. Like, it's the same shit. He had homies probably that he used to like do ant shit with, and I took him out. And it's just, that's how insignificant my life is. I could be taken out by, you know,
all the more reason
shit bigger than
kid
me.
Gotta leave his stoop. You gotta get that passport, and we got a big plan to see fuck Skinneck. Even though I love Skinneck, it's always gonna be here. You can fucking come. It's home. Home is where the heart is. So leave the heart here right now.
Well, I'm working on selling my house.
All right.
I want to try and sell my house and get out of Skinneck permanently. I told Becky, like, shit, man, just get your credit up, qualify for a home loan, and we can rent this shit out. You buy the next crib, or like co-qualify with me, and we'll buy it together, and we'll rent this joint out.
Yeah, she don't got nothing bad on her credit. She can easily.
She just got to build it. That's all.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, just use cards responsibly, shit like that. Try and buy a car.
Over 700, and I just started doing this. What was it, 2 years ago? And my shit 2 years ago was 500.
That sounds crazy to some people, though. Like, when you say 2 years, they're like, fuck!
Nah.
It takes that long?
To get to 700 from a 5? Yeah, I mean, that's 100 per year.
I know when I was listening to people give advice, if it took years to do something, I was always like, shit.
Look how fast time flies, bro.
No, you ain't kidding.
We were chilling when you were 19. Now you 29, dog.
I'm 29. I got...
It's a decade, like... We could have done a lot of shit in a decade.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of growing in an upwards way. I got my credit straight. I paid off mad hospital bills that I had from fucking with drugs when I was like 18, 19. You know, I had hospital bills and shit because I was like, I didn't take it for a long period of time. I took too much in a short period of time. So I believe I was overdosing. And... possibly dying, bro, and that wasn't a wake-up call for me. Me almost dying isn't a wake-up call for me. Somebody close to me had to, go through something that was life-threatening.
Whatever it takes, it always seems to hit when it feels like it's too late. Well, this wasn't a too late situation, so hopefully it was wake-up call enough.
Oh my God, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't say it enough. I'm so humble. I'm so thankful for life. I said everything that I used to say, like I was talking about, dude, I'm editing one of the podcasts. I'm talking about getting a tattoo, like exit life, dead end, or end now, like across my back of my shoulders when I was telling you guys about the tattoo, the skull tattoo I wanted and I had planned. Well, since all this happened, I called I texted the tattoo artist and I said, I'm sorry. Let me know if I owe you anything. If you start drawing anything, let me know if I owe you anything for a deposit or anything, but I'm not getting the tattoo. I'm like, there's too much room for regret. I think I decided that when I was high on Xanax that I was getting that tattoo. I'm sober as a fucking blue jay right now besides weed. The only thing I'm going through is uncomfortability.
And with uncomfortability, there's growth.
But not. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I meant like a physical uncomfortability from like possibly like withdrawal, possibly trauma from the experience, possibly a mixture of both.
But sometimes I see in all this is you coming to your senses. It's just uncomfortable right now, but it's like I probably shouldn't do that. I probably shouldn't.
What I'm saying though is getting through whatever symptoms I'm feeling still, whether it be withdrawal or trauma or both. That's the uncomfortability that I'm really living with, because I still got to go to work, man. I still got to, and I have a physical job. I don't fucking sit behind a desk. And no, I got to get out there. I got to lift 50-pound bags almost every single one. I'm fucking grabbing a new bag, throwing it up, pouring it in, pushing a machine around, climbing hills, walking like 10 miles each day. It's a physical job doing the lawn care shit. So it's like I don't have time to be weak. I took almost a week off just to care for her. In the meantime, I found out I was feeling messed up while I'm taking care of her. Maybe more of the drugs are leaving my brain. And I'm getting more clarity. I'm realizing, oh, you're not normal either, Ty. Like, you feel weird a little bit. And then you get in your own head and you start panicking. Yeah. You're like, what's going to happen? Am I going to fucking have a seizure? Am I going to be able to even take care of her? Because, I'm going to be fucked up too. But I try and keep those thoughts at bay.
You guys probably got to both talk to a therapist separately. And then if you get like anxiety medication or something.
Yeah, see, that's the route I don't want to go. I want to heal naturally and find things that make us happy naturally, and try and stay away from the medication side of things.
Right. Which is cool.
As much as possible.
That's hard for a lot of people. It's the way to go, because think about hundreds of years ago. They ain't have no anxiety medication. You just had to like pull your big boy pants up and deal with it. But people were also dying off in their 30s and 40s. So now you got to deal with that anxiety longer. So
if I feel sick and shit like that, I'm not going to turn to modern medicine, but I don't want to stir up the chemicals in my brain anymore.
Right.
I did that to myself. I get that these guys are doctors and stuff, and maybe someday I might turn to it, but like therapy is as far as I want to go, is just dumping it off my chest to somebody.
All right.
That's as far as I want to go right now as it stands, but right now it's just a matter of getting more time away from this event.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give it 3 weeks, like you said, 2 weeks, see how I feel. Not necessarily to like re-fuck up again, but it's see how I feel.
A habit of not fucking around.
Yeah.
That's what it's
and dude, we're like sitting here talking about like doing arts and crafts at the house for like making our own decorations, because my sister is kind of inspiring me. She just sends me photos all the time of shit she's made out of like construction paper or felt, glitter, glue. She buys like different decorations that are like wooden that she has to like paint, and she can glue shit on and make it like a whole, like one says grateful, and you can make it like a whole fall theme or something.
That'll get rid of the idle time that you'd use otherwise.
We aim to be that cheesy, cute couple that pisses everyone off because we're too happy and we're too straight edge. Like that's where our minds are at right now. Is like,
well, don't set that expectation too high, because y'all are gonna fucking bite each other's heads off trying to be too perfect.
But
it's not symmetrical enough.
It's just a matter of like, that's the goal right now, is like to be the most normal, the most happy.
Let's take it a day at a time, man.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, but that's the goal.
Yeah. Also, you're coming off of a week removed. So
I'm a week removed from that incident. I'm at least 2 weeks removed from taking any drugs.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying a week removed from that, which made you now feel this. So
that's why we say wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I'm waiting for my body and my mind to feel 100% normal again. Because
get a little fucking in-house bicycle. If you hate running, just fucking ride
my
on
job, I'm doing 10 miles a day. Who does that besides me and mailmen and people that work out?
10 miles a day, 5 days. All right, so you're doing 50 miles a week.
At work.
At work.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're doing 10 miles a day?
at work, walking.
Like just walking a regular, just throughout the entire day for 8 hours?
During my work shift. Yeah, during like an 8-hour work shift. That's on average. You know, if I'm on the ride on, then I'm doing like 3 miles that work day. But the average person isn't moving like that. Like they're not walking 10 miles in a day. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's people that either have a job like mine or somebody who seeks it out in their spare time through jogging, walking, you know, whatever, exercise. So it's
then
like,
you may have to fuck with weights then. Get your bulk game up, son.
I think it's a matter of just eating right, stay hydrated, stay off drugs. I don't want to bulk up. I'm not going to be turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger over this shit.
Get your muscles up, son.
It ain't going to happen, bro.
Lift?
That ain't it, man.
Do you even lift?
That ain't it, bro. But I'm going to try and be as healthy as possible. So I'm not getting the skull tattoo. I'm still getting the $300 tracksuit that I ordered when I was all fucked up. I spent mad money on that I regret right now because my money is tight right now. Because through all this, Becky has lost a job, got a new job, and I've been paying everything when I was in a foggy mindset to now, you know, I'm taking care of all the bills this month, which I didn't anticipate when I spent $300. You know what I mean? I got the money in the savings to take care of it, but you don't want to deplete that.
Right.
You want to keep
the nest egg, yeah.
So I'm just treading lightly with what I spend and trying to pay it out of my paychecks, all my bills, and save my savings for a rainy day. I got a $900 bill for a hospital visit that I barely remember.
You could pay them in payments too, so as not to kill yourself. Just give them like a little $50 a month.
Yeah, I gotta call the finance department or whoever does the billing over there and see what kind of payment plan I can get on, so I don't have to take it all out at once.
Right, because that'll go negative on your credit.
Nah, I got cash in the bank. It's just you don't want to do that, you know. Who wants to spend, like, I don't have 20 grand, you know. I got a few $1,000s saved right now. So 1,000 of that is like, that's a big portion. You don't want to take that money out.
Yeah.
You guys got anything to talk about, or are you starting to get random bulls about? I don't know which one.
Starting to give a random bulls about. You got 47 minutes.
Well, this has been my tragic life for the past month. I feel like I've been hogging the episodes lately because just weird shit is occurring. Starting to get what random bulls about.